This here is a Gatorade bottle. I'm sure that everyone here has had Gatorade before, whether it was at a sporting event, when you were sick, or just about anywhere. Gatorade is undoubtedly one of the world's most popular hydration drinks, having gained endorsement from many of the world's leading leagues, like the NFL, NBA, and the UEFA Champions League, as well as many of the world's major athletes, like LeBron James, Peyton Manning, and Lionel Messi, just to name a few. Gatorade is also known for its enormous variety of flavors, ranging from fruit punch, like the one you see here, to green apple, to blue cherry, to anything in between. So, with all these qualities in mind, what are the specific ingredients in Gatorade that make it one of the world's most popular hydration drinks? So, according to Harvard Health, Gatorade is a hydration beverage developed in the 1960s for the University of Florida football team. Side note that the University of Florida teams are called Gators, hence the name Gatorade. Gatorade was initially intended as a hydration alternative for the football team's players, and the original Gatorade, the original one, was simply made of lemon flavoring, salt, and sugar, not to mention some water. You could probably make that in your kitchen right now, as it was, to be honest, very similar to lemonade. However, it was a little different than that in regards to the quality and the ingredients and the lemon flavoring. So Gatorade was an instant hit with the players, and the team that made it started to think about whether it could be used to capitalize on one of the most important aspects of sports and exercising for anyone, which is hydration. Harvard Health says that organizations like Gatorade started to deny that thirst was a guide to hydration, and they started to cast doubt on water as the ideal beverage for staying hydrated. One of the first hydration alternatives to hit the market was Gatorade. Gatorade was originally just powdered mix and water, meaning that you would just mix it and you'd have the Gatorade, and it originally only had two flavors, not the multitude that it has today, just lemon lime and orange. So as Gatorade became more and more popular, it started to gain attention from many of the world's major leagues and athletes, as I mentioned before, and these endorsement deals helped it gain as a franchise and also develop its ingredients from its humble beginnings to what you see here today. Around the 1990s, which is the time that I'm speaking of, many other flavors were added, making it, such as Cherry Rush and Strawberry Kiwi, making it one of the world's most innovative drinks. Not just a hydration drink, but one of the most innovative drinks in regards to a new idea of hydration. All these factors helped it become more and more popular, and today we have these ingredients. So the ingredients in Gatorade, non-water, are mostly sugar, making up a whopping 69%, carbohydrates, which is the next at 13%, and sodium, which is the next at 12%. According to Healthline, sports drinks like Gatorade contain electrolytes such as sodium and potassium, and also sugar. The sugar in Gatorade, which is a whopping 69%, makes up most of the drink's non-water ingredients, and as you may know, sugar is made mostly of glucose. Glucose is extremely important in regards to hydration and energy, mostly energy for your body. When you ingest something with sugar, such as Gatorade, your body reduces every single atom in the glucose molecules. This reduction allows the cells in your body to produce adenosine triphosphate, which is essential for cellular fuel, and it helps keep your cells' processes going. So as you can see here, these are the parts of a cell. Your cells break down the glucose molecules for adenosine triphosphate, which enables all of these parts to do their respective jobs, and it helps keep your body going even when you're losing energy during exercise. However, your cells use up this ATP from glucose very, very quickly, and it's not a long-term source of energy, which is why the term sugar rush is there, because sugar can give you an instant boost of energy, but you can't sustain yourself on it. And for this reason, Gatorade has another form of hydration, which is found in electrolytes. So as you see here, sodium is the main electrolyte in Gatorade, accounting for 12% of its non-water ingredients. Electrolytes are essential to maintaining your ionic balance, which regulates nerve and muscle functioning. This is clearly essential in exercise, as when you're exercising or playing sports, you're using your muscles and essentially nothing else. So you lose electrolytes when you sweat. And when you lose electrolytes, your ionic balance cannot regulate itself, meaning that, say you don't ingest any electrolytes and you go do something when it's hot outside, the electrolytes you lose through your sweat will degrade your ionic balance, and it could result in medical complications, which is why it's essential that when you're exercising, you keep inputting electrolytes into your body. Water also has electrolytes, so drinking water will give you electrolytes, but not in as large quantities as Gatorade. So electrolytes are a way to regulate your ionic balance, so your cells are able to keep using that ATP from sugar to carry out their processes and make sure that you can still exercise. So now to our final major ingredient, which is carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are made of sugars. And as you know, sugars are made of glucose molecules. So your body breaks down the carbohydrates for glucose, which is then utilized by your cells to produce ATP. Back to the pie chart. So just a quick review. Sugar and carbohydrates are broken down for glucose, which is then used to produce ATP, which then helps your cellular processes keep going, and it makes sure that you have energy while you're exercising. The other big ingredient is sodium, which is a common electrolyte, which maintains your body's ionic balance and makes sure that your nerve, muscle, and brain functionings are regulated and they're running at normal speed in the right ways. So our last ingredient here is other. Other is not an ingredient. Other is mostly comprised of artificial flavors and sweeteners and some other things. And as you see here, this is a fruit punch Gatorade. It's red not because of its carbohydrates, sugars, water. It's red because of its artificial colors, mostly red 40 for this one. However, these artificial things are not in a huge quantity where they could be unhealthy. It must be noted that if you drink Gatorade a lot, they could result in tooth decay or some similar condition, but they're not a huge defect. So, in conclusion, Gatorade is one of the world's most popular hydration drinks due to its essential ingredients for hydration. It gives you boosts of energy in sugar and carbohydrates, and it makes sure that even if you're sweating when you're outside, even if you're exercising very heavily, you'll still have electrolytes to regulate your ionic balance and avoid any medical complications. It also has water, which means that while yes, you're getting energy and you're regulating your processes, you won't sweat out too much water through your pores, and you will be able to stay hydrated through that also. So for all these reasons, and also because of its excellent marketing and endorsement deals, Gatorade is and probably is going to be one of the world's most popular hydration drinks for a long time to come.